Trae. How are you doing?
Hey, good. It's always great to see you.
Thank you for having me here. I'm excited to be here today.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, come on. The minute that this got released, that you were doing a one-woman show, I think so many of the people that have seen you are like, finally. Tell us a bit about how you got to this process.
Absolutely. So, as you know, I'm a Seattleite, Seattle native, and I've been doing spoken word. Started writing when I was 7, been performing publicly probably since I was 17, and it's just long overdue. Like 20 years in the making. It feels very bucket lister, and so I'm nearing a milestone birthday, and so excited to be turning 40 in a couple weeks, and just wanted to make sure that I start to check off those things that I've always wanted to do. You know, I've been an artist and an educator, and really want to see myself fulfilling some of those passions and dreams I've had. And so that talk you do is one of my bucket list items. And so I had an opportunity to connect with Michelle Lang, who's a longtime friend, and she's the founder of the only Black theater company, Acts on Stage. And so I'm working with her and Isaiah Anderson and Gabrielle Johnson, and just their team have really been instrumental in bringing my vision to fruition in that talk you do. And so, yeah.
No, I mean, first of all, I love the title, That
Thank
Talk
you.
You Do, right?
Thank
Because,
you.
you know, honestly, anybody who's been able to see you, it is all the way you pouring into every
Thank you.
single piece. And you've also been really giving to young folks and mentoring as well. And I mean, your daughter, I saw her get on stage. She was her own amazing, you know, performer herself. But, you know, when you talk about, you know, us, you know, hitting these milestones in our lives, it's so great to know that you're able to have a home right here in Seattle with Acts on Stage to bring this about. Just tell us a bit about how that partnership has been working with the team over there.
It's just been an amazing partnership. And so I've had, like what you just mentioned, with working with the Seattle Theater Group, with Elevate, and working with young people in spoken word, and then having been a longtime educator with Seattle Public Schools until I transitioned to a different role. This partnership with Acts on Stage has just felt so organic and natural. You know, they're professionals, right? They're producing a number like the Teen Summer Musical, and Michelle and Isaiah have been just a force to be reckoned with for years. And so it's just been a blessing to have someone who already knows me, who's familiar with my gift and my art, and being able to really just take this to the next level. I think one of the things I really want to share is that, you know, people have watched me like run through poems and spit poetry and spoken word for years, but that talk you do is really, it's an experience, if I could say. It's theater, it's hip hop, it's church, it's Seattle, right? It's all those things, it's reflection. And so I'll be embodying characters from my life. So my mother and my grandmother and my father and my brothers, and I get to tell a story, and I get to do it poetically. But it's dope. It's something that you definitely want to come and check out. It's not just the typical, I'm gonna run through 10 poems and it's an open mic. That's dope too. But this is going to be a different experience. So I'm excited to just share today and make sure that people know to come out and to be a part of it. And so the process to this point has just been magical. I can say that.
You definitely can say that. I mean, because I already know, like, first of all, Michelle and Isaiah, they put their spin on their sprinkle. I mean, come on. I'm getting goosebumps literally under my sweater dress right here. Because honestly, I know the passion that they bring to everything. And that's what I love is, you know, as you travel the world and you realize like the gyms we have here in Seattle, we have such a strong Black community here. And the fact that they already know you. So this is probably a no-brainer for them. Like, oh, what? You know, let's do it. Like, right. And that energy, and the essence of that energy is so important when you're talking about creative work.
Absolutely.
But it sounds like you're gonna be putting your acting chops in here.
Yeah, this is
beyond spoken word.
This is all new. You know, I feel like there are times where I imitate a sound or a movement or a personality during a piece, but this is really an embodiment of theater. And so it's been really fun to kind of step into some new waters. They're pushing me. And one of the questions they asked me when we first sat down was like, do you want to be safe or do you want to be secure? And the difference is that security or safety might not push you as much, but security is like, we got you, but we're going to definitely push you to the next level. And so that's what this experience has been for me. And so I'm thankful to them and this partnership. And I just know that it's only the beginning of more and more. And so I just want folks to know that, you know, there's things on our list, things that we want to do, and it feels overdue. You know, my first poem was at a Quaker Day, just to shout that out. I know I got some dogs in the building.
Don't be bringing that over here, though. I love it.
You know, but my first piece was at a Quaker Day in 99 or something, where I got up on a stage and just had some courage to be outside of a church, be outside of a community space in that way. And so that was that was 20 years ago, right? And so I want folks to know, like, if you got a thing that you want to do, whatever it is that you may have waited, but this is to inspire and let folks know it's time.
Yeah. No, that inspiration is also so key. And I think, when we talk about the plethora of talents we may have, right? Obviously, you were a fierce educator, and many folks know, you were in the principal program with my mama.
Yes, I
got to see all of that. And then you taking that somewhere else. And so for you to embrace this part of you, it's not just about you, but it's also about the community that loves you, that's upholding you in this moment. And I got to say, I'm so excited to be there on opening night. I'm gonna make sure I get my tickets. I'm there because I want to support this. And I as a thespian myself, I love it. I love that you are going to be really taking on, and pushing yourself to take on these characters and do it and do it in a way that only you can. So I'm so grateful for that. Make sure you look right there. Let folks know how they get their tickets, when to come and see this show. Let them know.
Yep. So I want to make sure that you can get your tickets at axonstage.com. You can go to my IG. You can go to my Facebook. And so that's the way you can get tickets. And then also, if you go throughout the city, you can scan a QR code. And so they're all around the city where you can find the flyer and the poster to make sure that you get the tickets and be present. This is an experience. You don't want to miss it. It's spoken word, but like I said, it's hip hop, it's reflection, it's church, it's Seattle. And so like Trae was saying, we've got a number of gems here that get overlooked. And so I want to make sure that there's a gem on stage and that you're a gem and you should come out and be inspired so you can shine too.
Oh, amazing. Well, I'm so glad that you were here, but this ain't over yet, y'all. I'm excited because we get a special